Hello there, and thank you for taking the time to watch this syllabus overview video to make sure that you're prepared to get the most out of ECON 261. So here I am, your professor. You can reach me by phone at this phone number right here, but it's probably best to just email me through Canvas Inbox, which is this little icon right here, the Inbox tab. If you ever want to meet with me in person in my office, I'm happy to do so. Just email me for an appointment and we can work out a time that works best for us. So, after this class, you should be able to do all of these things. This class is very focused on being able to be proficient with Excel, but the way the class is structured, you will be watching lectures that teach you the concepts and how to understand the numbers, and a little bit about how the numbers are calculated. And then you're going to do Excel assignments that show you how to generate those numbers that hopefully you understand after watching the lecture. Also, and importantly, not just using data analysis tools, but then figuring out how to use those results to inform not just business decisions, but decisions in your everyday life. So here's some questions that you can't ask without statistics. And as you are taking this class, kind of look at things that are shared on social media. Look at media reports. Look at things that you see in everyday life and try to find the statistics in it. And as you gain more and more skills, try to be more critical of those values that are presented to you. This semester will also teach you how business decisions and planning are informed by data analysis and results. And again, it'll help you become an Excel master. Now, please keep in mind, this is a statistics class, and I know many of you are probably a little bit freaked out right now. It is time intensive, it is challenging, but I really have built this class to support you and to help you be successful. And I'll talk about some of the ways that I've given you flexibility and given you extra support as we get deeper into the syllabus. So please don't be too freaked out. This class is manageable and you can do great as long as you stay focused, you don't procrastinate, and you reach out as soon as you start to need help. This is semi-self-paced, so the no procrastinating thing is a big deal. There's going to be chunks of assignments that are all due in one day, and if you wait until that day to do those assignments, there's no way you're going to get them finished. And I'll kind of show you more of what those assignments and due dates look like here in a little bit. Also, this isn't really a math-heavy class. Again, most of the math is going to be done in Excel, so do not panic about your ability to sit around with a calculator and do long division. That's not really a thing in this class. Again, most of the math will be done in Excel. The challenging part is interpreting and understanding what those numerical values tell you. So beyond this class, even if you never plan to use data to inform decision making, which is a tragedy, but if you decide not to do that, this class will still help you avoid being fooled by research shared in social media. Hopefully you won't be that person that's sharing nonsense after this class. And also how to seek objective answers and act accordingly. Not just gut reactions, but what does the data say? All right. This class is also going to help your professional development quite a bit. So there was a survey with the American Colleges and University, or Association of American Colleges and Universities, and they found that 50% of employers who are hiring college graduates want their employees to be able to do these things. And you're going to be able to do all of these things when you're done. And again, that Excel proficiency is going to take you far. Even if you already have a job that you like, you may be able to get promoted if you know how to do data analysis. And I've actually had students come to me and tell me that they've gotten promotions with the skills they've learned in this class, which is always really exciting. So here's some tips for success. Please follow them and take them seriously. I'm going to be posting tons of announcements, and if you miss those, you are not going to be aware of what's going on, or if there's some, extra credit opportunity that popped up, or anything else that's going on. If you are getting behind, please don't suffer in silence. There's a question and answer form that you can use, and you can also contact me via email, and we can meet if you need to meet. I also will be having workshops for these major technical report assignments that you'll have throughout the semester, so please come to those and get help from me at those as well. You cannot procrastinate in this class. There's no way to anticipate how long one of the lectures will take you to watch and how long it'll take you to do the quiz based on previous lectures, because each thing's going to take a different amount of time. And again, that semi-self-paced nature of the class, where a bunch of things are due at the same time, is really going to come back to bite you if you procrastinate. So please try to keep up and please don't get behind. This is just telling you kind of what to do while you're watching lectures. Make sure you're taking notes in your own words so you can go back and use those when you're doing your quizzes and your discussions and your technical reports. The textbook is not central in this class. It's kind of like a useful external resource. Anything that I test you on or expect you to know is going to be in my videos that I post. But I recommend the textbook, and with each lecture I tell you which pages to read that are related to the lecture in the textbook. So if you can afford it, please get it and use it as an external resource. If you can't or you don't want to, you don't have to. Also, make sure that you set aside time to complete an entire lecture. They're not too terribly long, but you want to make sure that before you sit down for a lecture, you have time to actually get through the whole thing. And then finally, please have a positive attitude. This class is challenging, but by the end, I think you'll surprise yourself and you'll walk away with some really useful skills. So here's two of my favorite quotes. Statistics is the grammar of science. So you're going to be learning a new language in this class as well. Certain terminology and certain ways to explain trends in data. Another quote, be able to analyze statistics, which can be used to support or undercut almost any argument. So even if you think you're right, even if you have tons of anecdotal evidence to back you up, if you walk into a boardroom and you try to prove your point with just your anecdotal evidence and your experience, it's going to be extremely difficult. But if you have really sound data and beautiful presentations of results to present, that is going to help you be more convincing. Here's that textbook again. Not required, but it is a useful resource. You do have to have a computer and you do have to have Microsoft Office for this class. If you don't have Microsoft Office, look at these instructions over here that will tell you how to get your free copy. Even if you have an old copy of Microsoft Office, please do this and download the newest version so that your computer matches my videos, because I'm going to be giving a lot of video Excel tutorials and I want you to be able to use those. Here's how the class meets the learning outcomes of the college. You can look at that on your own. And then here is probably the part that you care about the most, what types of assignments you're going to be completing. So you will be doing lecture quizzes where you're going to be watching a lecture that covers mostly conceptual stuff, not a ton of math. And then you're going to be doing a 4 multiple choice question quiz on that. Those quizzes have no time limit. You can enter and exit. Canvas will save your answers. And you are allowed to submit your lecture quizzes 2 times. After you submit the first one, it's going to tell you which ones you got right and wrong. If you got it wrong, of course, it's not going to tell you which answer is correct. But then you'll have a second chance to do that lecture quiz to get a better grade. And your grade will be based on the average or the mean of those 2 attempts. So if you take it the first time and you do really well, you don't have to take it the second time. But if you don't do so well, take it the second time, try to improve your grade, and then you'll be able to benefit from that. I do not accept lecture quizzes late unless you have extreme documentable circumstances and you get a hold of me within 1 day of the due date. Because once the due date happens, all the correct answers post, and I'm not able to give you an extension anymore. All right, Excel practice assignments. So these are really designed to, even if you have never opened up an Excel workbook in your life, you should be able to do these assignments because I walk you through every single click in a video. So basically, I will give you a data set, you'll open it up, you'll open up my video, and then I'll have the exact same data set on my video that you have on the screen, and then I'm going to show you exactly what to click to generate the analyses that we'll be working on. Basically, you just follow my instructions, click all the things, have a beautiful final worksheet, and then you send that to me and submit it for credit. So those should be 100% points across the board there. The discussion assignments, you're going to have 3 in addition to the introduction discussion at the beginning of the semester. And these just allow you to kind of use some different tools and maybe collect some data and think about data in the real world. And these tend to be pretty fun. Now, the technical reports are kind of like your exam for the 3 sections that are in this class. And basically, you watch these lectures, you learn the concepts, you watch the Excel videos, you practice using Excel, and then you apply your knowledge from both of those things on the technical reports. The technical reports don't come with a video tutorial. You have to apply what you've learned from the lecture videos and the Excel videos. But in the instructions, I tell you exactly which previous Excel and lecture videos to look at to get help with the things I'm asking you to do, and I give you really detailed instructions. This is a really cool assignment because it is real world, and whoever does the best report will have their report actually sent to the Foundation for an Independent Tomorrow, which is who we're partnering with for these technical reports, and you will be able to help them make better decisions about their clients. I will accept technical reports late, up to 2 days late, but you'll get a 10% grade penalty for each day late. I'm also going to be having workshops in person for the technical reports so that you can come and get help with those. And I have them scheduled already. You'll see them they're listed in the syllabus and on Canvas. So try to make arrangements to actually come to those. Now this is important. You will not have access to assignments until previous assignments are completed. So you can't skip ahead. You are forced to do the assignments in the order that they're presented in the module. That's another reason why you can't procrastinate, because if you skip 2 assignments, you're not going to be able to get to the 3rd one. And so you have to stay on task. However, once you do the first, because remember, you get 2 attempts on the lecture quizzes. So after your first attempt at the lecture quiz, you can move on. So there's nothing stopping you from doing your lecture quiz, moving on, maybe doing an Excel assignment that's related to it and seeing if you learned something from that too, and then going back and retrying that lecture quiz later. That's probably a good strategy. Also, you'll see about the semi-self-paced nature of the class that a subset of lecture quizzes and Excel assignment practices are due on the same day. And you'll see that in the syllabus as well. So again, you have to complete those in the order presented in the assignment checklist and the module on Canvas. And then again, your first lecture quiz submission will unlock the next assignment. So here's the point structure and the grading scale in the class. And you will see that the technical reports and the lecture quizzes are really the primary drivers of your grade, but there's also these discussions that as long as you follow the instructions, you should get full credit on those. The Excel practice assignments, again, if you click what I click and your data looks like mine, you'll get full credit for those. And then you have your syllabus quiz and your introduction discussion that are due this week. Make sure you're checking your grades. If there's an issue, let me know immediately so that we can work it out. What you don't want to happen is it to be the end of the semester and then you're finding things that went wrong then. We want to know about it as soon as it happens so we can fix it. All right, so please make sure, and I encourage you to print these pages, but make sure that you're completing these assignments in the order here. That's also the order in Canvas, which I'll make a separate video to show you Canvas. Here you see your syllabus quiz and your introduction discussion response is due the 24th. Then your discussion and reply for the introduction discussion is the 27th. And then we get into kind of the flow of what the rest of the semester will look like. So you'll have a chunk of lecture quizzes and Excel practice assignments due on the same day. Then another chunk due on this next date. And see, there's kind of, 2 weeks between. So it's really on you to get started on these before it's too late. Then you'll have a discussion response and a discussion reply related to the material for this section. And then your technical report is always due at the end of the section. And you'll see here the workshops listed. So go ahead and put that in your calendar and try to make it. Try to make arrangements to be there because I would love to be able to help you with your technical report. So you'll see this again for section 2. Lecture quizzes and Excel practice assignments, chunks of those due on the same days. Discussion response and reply. And then your technical report. Again, try to plan ahead so you can come to the workshop. Then here's your checklist in order of completion for that one. Keep in mind that your technical reports are available immediately, so that way if you get behind here, it's not going to prevent you from doing your technical report. And you're also welcome to start the technical report early and kind of chip away at it as you work through the other assignments. And then section 3 is kind of a nice chill section. There's only a couple of assignments, and then we'll be wrapping it up for the semester. Again, make sure you note when this workshop is so that hopefully you can plan ahead and attend. And you'll also see here, you don't have access to assignments, this is just a reminder, except that technical report until previous assignments are completed. So again, you cannot jump ahead, and you get 2 attempts on the lecture quizzes with the average counting towards your final grade. So this was a lot of information, and I hope you feel good about taking the syllabus quiz now because you have to take that to move on. And if you have any questions at all about the structure of the class, please don't hesitate to email me and let me know. Or you can post in the question and answer discussion forum as well.